Good afternoon, everybody. It's David Perlmutter from Quantum Listing, and thank you for joining us today on our webinar, Maximize Your Listing Exposure. Let's get started. So today, this is what we're going to be covering. We're going to do a quick overview of Quantum Listing for those of you that are new to us or just want a refresher. And then we're going to cover our on-demand advertising options, including listing promotion, brand promotion, and online advertising. We'll also talk about lead capture and email blasts, and hopefully have some time left over for any questions. So if you're new to Quantum Listing, this is what we are. We're a nationwide crowdsourced commercial real estate listing service. And crowdsource means that we expect you to add your listings. We also have syndication options. If you're a build-out user, then you can syndicate your listings directly to us through build-out. Same with Sharp Launch. We're talking about a couple other future syndications. So if you have one that you would like to see us enact or work with, please let us know. One of the great things about Quantum Listing is that we are open. So your listings are visible to anybody with an internet connection. There's no paywall or registration to search or access the listing or your contact information on those listings. So that is great. And in fact, a lot of our traffic to our website comes from Google searches for particular addresses or information about listings. And it's great that people can come to the site, see what they want, and hopefully get in touch with you. So when people sign up, everybody gets a 1-month trial. And after that, it's $79.99 per year. And that's per agent and for an unlimited number of listings. Members can use the Quantum Listing to serve their listings to their website or their blog at no additional charge. It's a very simple bit of iframe code that gets pasted into your website. All registered members are given a network based on their geographic area as well as a group to which they can post their listings. I'm going to mute caller number 1. Sorry about that. Okay. All registered members are given a network based on their geographic area as well as a group. So this is just another way that you can interact with your fellow brokers and find the information that is most relevant to you really quickly. Quantum Listing shares your listing to our social media feeds on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So that is another great thing for you because it gets your listings more exposure, and we get a lot of traffic from those 3 sources as well. So hopefully it's something that you'll find helpful as well. Premium members can access their real-time analytics for listing views, profile views, listing shares, and more. Your account does have to be current in order to see those different analytics. All right. We have free mobile apps for both iOS and Android. So that's a great thing. You use the same login information that for the apps as you do for the website. So one of those, I'm a broker. I've been a broker since 1986. Technically, I was a salesperson in 86 and a broker in 89. So I've been in this business a long time, and I've always found it a very collegial business. Nobody ever did a real estate deal all by themselves. There's always somebody on the other side of the transaction. And my view of commercial real estate tech is similar, that it's a collegial business And so I mentioned before our partnerships with Build Out and Sharp Launch. We also have partnerships with Stack Source, which people can click on a button on for sale listings and try to get information on potential lenders for their uh, properties or the things that they're going to buy. Levitt Digital is another one of our partners. We syndicate, you can opt in to syndicate your listings to them through us, and they have a network of over 500 local news sites to which those listings go out to. So gets even more exposure, and that syndication channel is completely free. CRE Collaborative is our newest syndication partner. We share our listings. You can share your listings with them, and if you're a CRE Collaborative member, you can get data enhancement from them. So your listings will get, uh, tax and information, block and lot information, and a host of other data enhancements that you may not have yourself or that we don't provide. We do not lock you into an annual contract that auto renews if you forget to cancel it. So that's another nice thing. In addition to that 1 year option for $79.99, there's a 1 month membership and a 3 month membership. It makes a little more economic sense to do the $79.99. It's $9.99 a month for a single month and $24.99 a month for 3 months. But you have those choices. We like to give you choices. We have a new lead capture service that you can subscribe to for, I think, $10 a month. You can see if you can get leads from our main page when people come to that page. You can use QuantumListing to blast your listings to your proprietary email distribution list by uploading an XLS file. So this we find is a good way for you to get your listings out to the people that it will be most relevant to, the people that you do business with. So we hope that you take advantage of that, and there's no extra charge for that. It's included with our premium membership, which again must be current for you to be able to avail yourself of that feature. We just introduced a new suite of on-demand advertising features, which is one of the primary topics of today's webinars. And my analogy for this is if you go to a restaurant, some restaurants give you a prefix menu where you get 3 or 4 courses, and I've been to restaurants where that's all you can do. Instead, we offer you an a la carte menu. So you need your basic membership, but after that, you can decide which of the options that you like. So you're really in control of your listing service budget with this. As a broker, I still, true confessions here, I still subscribe to LoopNet. I have a 15 listing plan, and I can tell you it's about 100 times more per year than QuantumListing is. And yes, they have great exposure, but with some of our new features, which we'll tell you about, we think you can get equally good exposure and for a heck of a lot less money. So one of the things that we want to make sure when people are finding your listings, whether it's on our site or they're searching on Google and finding it there, or on the different social media platforms, we want to make sure that your listings are in the best shape they possibly can be. So we encourage you to add the city and state to the title of your listing. And that's really for the social media thing, because when people are searching on social media, they're not necessarily going to find your listing if it says retail store on Main Street, uh, because that's not all that descriptive. But if it says retail on Main Street in Albuquerque, New Mexico, it gets a little bit more descriptive and much more search engine friendly, and uh, I think you'll get more action on your listing from something like that. Another thing with listings is you want to add as many pictures as you can. Uh, you really want people to see it. You want to spend a little bit of time on your listings. Get and a picture is worth 1,000 words. So uh, add those pictures. Make sure that you're adding pictures that you have the right to. Do not take pictures from another listing site that are watermarked by the site. We do not go through and monitor all this, but occasionally we'll find one just, and when that happens, we unpublish the listing. We advise you to change the pictures. Uh, it will get us in trouble. It'll get you in trouble. It'll get any other sites that you're sharing that listing and those pictures to, even your own company website, by the way. Uh, you can all be subject to the long arm of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. What's supposed to happen is, if that happens and we're notified by the copyright owners, they send us a takedown notice. We always comply with those. And that's where it's supposed to end. But if they don't know who to contact, because most brokers probably are not on the Copyright Office website, they won't know who to contact necessarily, and they may take it up a notch. So please be sure to only add pictures that you have the rights to. Add your listing flyer to your listing. People can download it from our site. They can email it to their friends, their partners. So add your listing flyer if you've got it. Write a great description. Again, you want to make your listing as search engine friendly as possible. There's a little box when you are saying at the bottom of your listing when you're adding it. Well, there's three little boxes. One is to say that you have the rights to all the information and images in that listing. A second one is drawing a blank here. So that it's okay to publish it now. And the third is a little box that says you're willing to co-broke it. When you check that box, there's a nice, friendly little silhouette at the top of your listing, and it just sends a positive signal to your fellow brokers that you're willing to work with them on that listing. Other little neat tips to know about adding your listings: if you add 0 as the rent per square foot or sale price, when you save it, it shows up as inquire. This could be if you have like a range of prices for different suites or stores in your building, or you just don't want to disclose to the public what the prices are. You want to kind of goose people to call you and get the information that way. There are lots of reasons why you might put 0. Same with the square footage available. If you put 0, it also shows up as inquire. Now, a lot of our listings come to us through the Build Out and Sharp Launch syndication. On the Build Out syndication, you can do a global checkbox that says that you own the rights to all the pictures you're adding, and it will then automatically flow through to us. Some people forget to check that, and then they have to go into the listing and check a box next to each individual picture. So just make sure that you have the right boxes checked on build out, and that your pictures flow through. So, and then a lot of times, the build out people because Build Out works so well, they never even bother to come to Quantum Listing to see how their listings or their profile looks. I would really encourage you, after you add listings or update your listings on Build Out, spend a minute or two coming to Quantum Listing and making sure that everything looks the way that you want it, so that you'll catch the eye of a prospective tenant or buyer. So let us move on now to some of our new features. And the first one we're going to talk about is listing promotion. And I'm sure you've seen this on other websites where, if you pay a premium, your listing goes to the top of that search, of a relevant search. Now, we wanted to do something like that too. What happens generally now is the listings that are at the top of a search are the ones that are the most recently added. If you want to make sure that your listing gets the views that you want for a nominal fee, you can promote your listing to the top. And I've seen on some of the other sites what it costs to do this. It ain't cheap. On Quantum Listing, it is very affordable. It's $2.50 a week for a listing, or if you want to do a whole month, it's only $7.50 a month. So the advantage to having your listing up at the top of a search is, people will see it. They don't have to scroll down. They don't have to go to the next page. So it's something to bear in mind when you are adding your listings. So if there are more than 6 listings that are promoted in a particular vicinity, they rotate through the order, but your listings, those listings always come to the top. And the listings, the way you know if a listing is being promoted is you'll see a green border around that listing, and that indicates that it's a promoted listing. All right, so you may be saying, that sounds interesting. How do I do it? On your profile page, on the top right side, is this icon here, an ascending line on a graph. And you'll click on that, and that opens our on-demand advertising menu. And then you're going to select promote your listings. And you can see here that you have a choice of a week or a month for your listings. We don't have those listing promotions go for more than a month because we hope that you will sell or lease your listing in that time frame. So got to think positively, right? We're brokers. We always think positively. And then once you've made your selection about a week or a month, you'll be brought to this page here. You'll start a search for your listing, and then just click the green the radio button here on the right hand side. It starts out as white, and then once you have selected it, it turns green. Okay, so after you've selected all the listings you want, and you can put as many listings in an order for listing promotion as you want. You click Create Order, and then you are taken to PayPal, where you can complete your transaction nice and securely. Our next on-demand advertising option is brand promotion. So brand promotion lets you promote your company or personal brand in your market. Your banner will appear at the top of Quantum Listing searches in the relevant area. You can see I did one here for my company, Promoter Properties, in one of the markets that I work. in Westchester County in Mount Kisco, and you can put your logo, you can put your photo, you can put a statement that represents who and what your brand is, and this is something that's great for agents looking to separate themselves from the crowd, and it's especially helpful for tenant reps who don't have listings to attract potential clients. And it works great in conjunction with our lead capture feature. So when you're adding these brand promotion advertisements, it's a 500 pixel wide by 600 pixels high dimension. And that's the aspect ratio you need to use. If you do not have the ability to do it yourself, or you don't have a marketing person in your office to do it, let us know, and we will be able to help you with that. You'll give us whatever material and information you want for that. We'll do a draft of it and send it to you for your feedback, and we'll take it from there. So we want to make it as easy as possible for you to do that. And most brokers do not have those skills because they're busy doing deals, or even if they do have them, they don't necessarily have the time. So we'll be happy to help you with that. All right, and
I love making them.
Yes, Julia, who's on the webinar with us, is great at doing this, and she's got a real flair. And as you heard her say, she enjoys making them. So
we do a little too much.
Yeah. The way you would get started with brand promotion is you once again click that green icon on the top of your profile page to open the on-demand advertising menu. Select promote your brand, and then you select the duration, either 1 month, 3 months, or a year. A month is $50, 3 months is $125, and a year is $400. So obviously the longer you go, the less it is per month, but we want you to have those choices. So you can really control your budget and see if it's working, test it out. And you'll be able to see in analytics how many views and how many clicks those promoted listings and those promoted in your brand promotion are getting. So you'll know whether you're getting results and whether it really is worth the incremental cost. And of course, after you've created your order, you finish the payment through PayPal. I think I got ahead of myself, but yeah, you know the punchline. So this is, after you click that create order button, this page opens up. You drag and drop your artwork there, or you click where it says click here to browse your computer, grab it off your computer. Then you're going to add the city and state for which you want your brand promotion ad to appear in search results. You confirm the duration. And if you selected 1 month before, you can either stay with that, or you can switch here to 3 months or a year. You just would click on this little down arrow, and it would give you the 3 different options. And once you have gotten your artwork that you're happy with, you've gotten the city and state and the duration all set, you just click create order and complete that transaction securely through PayPal. All right, I better hurry up Okay, so online advertisement is another super exciting feature that we've added, and you can use our website to advertise one or more of your listings through our Google AdWords display network. There's a minimum budget of $25 per listing for this. It takes about 24 hours for Google to approve your ad. We're going to go in that first 24 hours and monitor your ad to make sure that, in fact, has been approved. Once in a while, Google will reject an ad, and it could be something as simple as you had an exclamation point in your title, or you could say in the title, and very innocently, you're not trying to be deceptive, that CVS or ShopRite, or one of the tenants is in the shopping center, and so it might say ShopRite anchored center with retail space, and because when they click through to the link, it's not going to ShopRite's website, Google will disallow that. So we'll go in, we'll fix it for you, and make sure that it starts running. Once your ad is running, you'll get to check out the analytics on your ads. They're updated every 24 hours, so you'll see the number of views and the number of clicks that they are getting. And to access the online advertising, click on the on-demand advertising menu icon, which should be familiar to you now. Select Advertise with Google, and then select the amount of money that you would like to spend on your online ad. The only difference, the more you spend, the more days your ad is going to run. We try to cap your daily spend at $5 per listing. That generally, the number of, should be multiple thousands of views and clicks. It really depends, but you should really get a lot of views on your listing ad with any of these budgets. But the longer it'll run, and you can check a box so that when it is running down, your budget's running down, you'll get notified. All right, so the way, once you've selected your budget, you'll then select what ad you want, which of your listings you want to advertise by clicking the radio button, turns green when it is good to go. Once everything, you then enter the city and state. So if you have listings in multiple cities or multiple states, do a separate order for each city and state, because it's going to run in the market that you specify here. You can change your mind about the budget, and then there's that box here to send a renewal alert, and then once everything is the way you want it, click that create order button. And of course, you're going to complete your transaction securely through PayPal. So we have a couple other features, and website visitors to our site, to Quantum Listing, if they are just going to quantumlisting.com, they're going to go to our landing page. This is a section of the landing page, and if there are two ways that people can search from this landing page. The first is this upper box here, where they're just doing a do-it-yourself search. They put in the city and the state, and the results come up. Or if you want a professional, if they want a professional in their market to assist them, then they would go in and start filling out a form. We kind of they select the asset type and the transaction type, and then hit continue, and it then gives them the rest of the form. And this is what the rest of the form looks like. It pre-populates with whatever it was they put on the first page for the asset type and trade type. Then they have to add the minimum and maximum square footage they're looking for. Budget is optional. Ideal move date also optional. Ideal lease term optional. Then they have to add their name, email address, and phone number. They can also, if they want, give you a little more information about what they're looking for here. And then they have to add the city and state where they're looking for that listing. And they also have to click this box, which says, I confirm that this information may be shared with a professional. As anybody who's picked up a paper in the last year knows, online privacy is a growing concern, as well it should be. In Europe, it's already the law throughout the European Union that you have to give explicit consent for your information to be shared with anybody. In the US right now, I think only California has a law like that, but I'm sure before long it will be in every single state in the union. So we want to be ahead of that curve and compliant with that. If you have listings on our site, and this is something that's not only for lead capture subscribers, but for anybody with listings. After 15 seconds, a pop-up appears for anyone viewing your listings. Again, after 15 seconds, if they're on it that long, it shows that they're reading it carefully, they're looking through the pictures, that they might have some interest in it. It pre-populates with the address of the listing. The user can then add the size that they want, and asset type and trade type are automatically added, and they have to then add their name and address, and name, email address, and phone number. And if you do get a lead like this, you'll get an email notification when you have a new lead, and you'll be able to find your leads in the info section on your profile page. And of course, the only catch here is that your membership has to be current. So one of the other great new features, which I mentioned briefly before, is our email blast service. So according to MailChimp, the ROI for emails is, for every dollar you spend on email, you get $38 average ROI. And you can upload your own XLS file, your own Excel file, with email addresses on this form. And the way you get here is on your listing, there's a little red sharing icon, and you click that, then click email, and it shows you this page that we're looking at here on the left. And you add a subject line, a message, and of course upload your file, and then it sends the email out right away. So really super easy, and I urge you to take advantage of it. I mean, I and Perlmutter Properties still have my Robley subscription. I think that's $25 a month, so $300 a year. I'm probably going to get rid of that when my year subscription is up, because I can now do this all through QuantumListing, and it's part of that $79.99, and so super great value. And that alone is really makes QuantumListing sort of pay for itself. So I encourage you to use that. This is what the email looks like when you're sending it. So there'll be a picture, the featured picture from your listing. It has some of the basic facts, and then it invites the user to go to the site and have a look at the listing in greater detail. And when people reply to the email, it goes directly back to your mailbox. So it's you don't have to go searching for who's responding to this. It comes right to you. Um, and again, no additional cost for this, and uh, as long as your membership is current, you'll be able to use this feature. Um, Here is a little video. It's 51 seconds, and this is shows you how fast and easy it is in real life. So, QuantumListing. First, select a listing. Scroll down to the sharing icon. Click the email icon. Click Add an XLS file. You can add an XLS or XLSX file. Add a subject. And add a message. Scroll down and hit send. And that's all there is to it. So after you've done it, you'll get feedback that shows you that it has been successfully sent. If there's problems with it, I think there's also feedback. Okay, so for those of you that aren't already members or haven't tried any of these things out, let's just quickly go over the pricing structure for these things. Listing promotion is $2.50 a week or $7.50 a month per listing. Brand promotion is $50 a month, $125 for 3 months, and $400 for a year. Lead capture is $10 a month per market, $24.99 for 3 months, and $79.99 for a year. You can subscribe to lead capture in multiple markets. Both brand promotion and lead capture, we do limit the number of agents that can be featured in any particular market. So that's good. We have a question. Your question from Bill is: are you syndicated presently via our build out account? I would have to go and check. Julia, maybe you can check and see if Bill's listings are coming through now from Bill.
Yep, they are.
They are.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. And how do listings in small markets perform? Listings in small markets perform great because our listings show up pretty prominently on Google, thanks to all the search engine optimization that we do. Uh, we do not have the same traffic that a LoopNet or CoStar has, at least not yet. We're going to get there. Our traffic is growing, about 10 to 15% a month, and compounding is your friend. So we're growing really quickly, which is really exciting, and it's sort of a virtuous circle where the more listings we have, the more views we get, the more people come from Google, and then more people add more listings. So it's really a very exciting process, and to see the tremendous growth that we're having every single month. I think the last 5 or 6 months, each month, at least, we've been setting new traffic records for ourselves. So, again, compounding is your friend. Back to where I think we're at online advertisement. Again, $25 per listing. Premium membership is $9.99 for a single month per agent, $24.99 for 3 months, $79.99 for a year. And the email blasts we talked about are, again, included with your membership. I think we do have other folks in Asheville. One easy way to find that out, Bill, is to just see if there are other listings in Asheville and see who the agents are there. I know we definitely have other agents in that market, whether it's Asheville itself or just in surrounding areas. We'd have to look that up, but we can do that and get back to you.
Yep, we do. Yep.
Okay, we do have other agents. Thank you, Julia. Uh, we have some great resources for you if you're ever stumped when you're on something on the site. Uh, you can go to our How It Works section, which is available from the top or the bottom of every page on the site. There's a green Schedule a Demo button at the top of the site. So you click that, you'll see the availability. There are different options. Uh, don't be hung up on necessarily. We have, to get people's juices flowing, their thoughts going. We have, a dozen different types of demos that we've added. Um, the duration is probably more that you uh, want to focus on more than the particular thing. So there are options from 10 minutes to an hour. And for the longer ones, we'll often encourage you to share your screen, and this way your hands are on the keyboard, and we'll talk you through the different things that you want to learn. And we find that a much better way for people to learn. I think people learn really well by doing, and it also keeps them from getting distracted by the pings and dings and rings that otherwise are coming in on your computer or your mobile devices. So we think that's a great thing. So let's see. Email support. You can also send us an email, support at quantumlisting.com. Intercom, there's a little button at the bottom of every page on the site. Click that and send us a message. We always have really great webinars coming up. And the next one I think next week we're going to be doing a haves and wants marketing session. Bill, since you're here, if you have a particular asset class you'd like to cover, we'll let you select it. And in relation to Martin Perlmutter from Chapel Hill, I don't think he is related that we know of. There are unfortunately very few Perlmutters that got out of the Ukraine in time during the pogroms and then later the Holocaust. So I don't think we're related to Martin, but I'm on 20.
There is a relative from Chapel Hill, though. We'll get back to you, Bill.
Yeah. So that really is. Let's see. Do we have anything else here? I think that covers everything we wanted to talk about today. Bill, you have been a fantastic audience. And for anybody watching the webinar, you can always get in touch with us and ask any follow-up questions you have. I'm going to pause the recording here.